Hello and welcome to QuestLore, a family Lorcana podcast where we come and talk to you about all things Lorcana. I'm Matt.
I'm Malcolm.
I'm Emmett.
And I'm Jen.
Okay, so it's been a hot minute since we've been back.
Very
Jen
busy.
was doing some work stuff.
I was out in California.
I want to say it's been about 3 weeks now.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
we missed 2 weeks. But this is a special episode.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a bit. We just got back from GenCon, so we had that going on. The Thursday before that, we had a special league night. We're going to talk about that in future episodes. So we're going to split this episode up a couple different ways. So you might hear from us a few times this week. So if you've been enjoying the content, lucky you, you're going to get even more from us. Though maybe some shorter episodes.
The triple threat.
There's just so much to kind of cover this week with the world of Lorcana, with the world of board games, because while we love playing Lorcana, our love from Lorcana stemmed from board games.
Yep.
And it turns out the best place to go to celebrate board games is Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That's their theme song. And they have a little convention down there called GenCon, which they call
small.
the 4 best days in gaming. And would you guys agree with that tagline?
Yeah.
Woo! 1000%.
Yeah.
Especially with us because...
No, we're not talking about that in this podcast, Emmett.
So we've got lots of stuff from our visit to GenCon that we're going to be going over. But this first of kind of a series of stuff revolving around GenCon that we're hoping to get out this week is going to be all about Fabled news. So,
Fabled August.
like we workshopped so many different
I like
ways
that.
of,
I like the fabled. I like that, but not the August part.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like stand out among the crowd. So I like
Even
that.
If I'm going to shout out loud.
So I like. Okay, that's enough.
I
So I
the
like
more-
that. I like the fabled.
And I'm not like sold on your delivery, but I like the more angelic, like Fabled.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Fabled.
Fabled.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Let's get back to Fable.
Let's get back to
Anyways,
fabled.
so our start to Gen Con, at least my start, was getting up pretty early in the morning to go and line up for the 2nd anniversary Lorcana celebration that Ravensburger was doing right as the con was opening at 10 a.m.
Lorcana had their own panel at GenCon.
Yep.
Lots of things had their own panel, man.
And then me and Emmett joined him, not having to wait in the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I let them sleep in.
Because basically, the way that panel, they announced it apparently the day before. I never even saw that announcement. It was probably in a Gen Con, a Discord post that just like flew by you, knowing how they kind of communicate things. So it was probably just there, and then it sold out apparently immediately. So me and a few other people were waiting in line without tickets to hopefully get in the panel.
Including the world champ.
Yes, including the world champ, DKP, and
And
Ed.
runner-up Ed.
And runner-up Ed were both at the end of that line of people just hoping to get in. Fortunately for us, we were able to get in. There were enough no-shows that let us get into the door and get seats for the panel. We did have to kind of convince some of the Ravensburger employees that they should probably let in Ed and DKP. The former world, the current reigning world champion and the runner-up should probably be allowed to get into the panel. They probably should have just been let in the door right away.
Immediately. Like they should have gone in before the ticket holders and been given like front row spots
Yes.
with all of the like the press people and
Because they let all the people in, and
They
then
let all the casters in were in too early.
yeah.
So
What are casters?
like the lore casters,
The content creators.
content creators that are like us but much more popular.
And much more successful.
Yes.
So like we got in really early because we were near the front of the line because I got up super early to wait. And then they closed the doors like right on Ed and DKP. And like all of us found like in the back, found 2 seats. Like there are 2 seats here. You need to let those 2 in. You need to let them in now. And they did,
in front
fortunately.
of
So,
us.
yes, and so we sat there while Ed and DKP kind of judged all the new cards in front of us. We couldn't really hear what they were saying, but they were like pointing and talking about stuff while the new cards were being shown and all the new information was being shown. So we got to be part of the whole 2nd anniversary panel, which was awesome.
They announced the whole next season.
We'll talk about that
We're
later.
getting there in a second. You're getting ahead of the announcements. That's the whole point of today's.
I was just saying what they announced.
I know, but that's the whole point of this
No,
podcast.
I'm not like going to explain the name of all the sets. I'm just going to say that they announced.
I know, but he might have a picture for it. So when you just
So we're just going to go through, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys, express
He's
how
very
you're
excited.
feeling about it. We're talking about it. The kids were super excited to be there. Emmett's
Yes.
still excited about the fact that he was in that room and being able to see all this stuff, especially a lot of the stuff they announced, okay?
Especially the last thing they announced.
Okay, were you guys the only 2 kids in the room?
I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There weren't very many. There
Because
might
they
have
would
been
have
one
gone
other
up and
kid.
asked the question.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So it was an hour and a half. It was an hour-long kind of presentation that was fairly scripted with slides and videos and stuff they were showing. Then a half an hour of the Illuminateers talking with some of the not game designers, more like some of the directors behind the stuff at Ravensburger. They spent about half an hour talking with each other, and then they allowed a half an hour for question and answer, which was not streamed. So the only way to hear the question and answers was to actually be in that room.
So we're not allowed to talk about it? Or
No,
You can talk about
for
it.
sure.
The only thing you couldn't do was video it, because Emmett and Malcolm both did get up to ask questions. I did hold up my camera to try to video them, and then I had quickly had someone kind of tackle the camera out of my hands. Not really tackle. They just said, "Please, sir, you're not allowed to film it." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my kid was going to ask a question." And then immediately they were like, "Oh, I should have just let you film it. I'm sorry." So, yeah, that was how the whole thing went. So it started off with, a recap of the story, a recap of kind of where Lorcana had come from, and then they really got into a bunch of news and announcements, all regarding Fabled to start off with.
Fabled! I already said this.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're just gonna keep on going. They announced a whole bunch of stuff with it. I don't even remember the exact order, so we're just gonna kind of go through some of the big announcements. First one, they did reveal the set champ mat for Fabled. It is the Maleficent Dragon mat. The mat itself is what we hadn't seen. It looks super gorgeous.
Yeah,
they
great
announced
mat.
the dates all coming every single weekend of October, basically, is when the Fabled set champs will be. So that is when you'll be able to head to your local game store to compete for those prizes, which, of course, it's October, which is like our busiest month. So,
And we're already, going to DLC in October.
Milwaukee.
yeah, I imagine most of the places around here are going to have their set champs before, so just limiting that to 3 weekends,
Yeah.
plus all the other stuff we like to do in October. So it will be a busy, busy month.
Busy month.
That was followed up with the announcement of the Lorcana Collection Quest. That's going to be a special thing that you can only do in Disney California Adventure. So what they've done is they've taken the Belle Mystic Warrior, I believe, card, and they've locked her in the library at Disney California Adventure, just like Beast did. And if you want to let her out, you have to complete the Collector's Quest, which is basically you're going to have to buy a bunch of packs of Fabled, open them up, and find some cards. Once you found all the cards, they'll give you the special promo. And that's how you're going to be able to earn that. So
they play test that a little bit was this weekend.
Yes,
So
they-
we didn't do it, but some people looked like they had some fun if they were doing it in a big group with lots of trading and stuff.
yeah, so the Collector's Quest they did this weekend for various different sets you could sign up for. You got to go in this little room and you kind of opened up packs and traded cards to figure out which, to kind of complete your list. And once you completed your list, you got the Anna promo from last set. This promo is going to have a very specific logo on it. It's going to have like a Disney Parks castle steeple at the bottom of it. So you're going to find that logo on any cards that you can only get at Disney Parks. So this will be one that will start being available on August 29th and is basically while supplies last. So this will be another card that will probably be pretty hard to come by because it's only going to be for however many they have, right? And it's only going to be people that can go to Disney California Adventure and then do this thing. So
Hey, can I quickly interrupt for a second because I want to say something?
Sure.
you're going to ask this time?
Go ahead. Yeah, please. Thank you for asking.
So, you see that pack right there? That's the eye to eye art.
That is the eye-to-eye art.
Yep. And we're going to get to eye in a little bit.
No, I just want to say a fun fact about it.
About the art? Okay.
No, not of the art, of the pack. Because
Okay.
So this is the first song card to be on a pack.
No, it's not.
What?
You're welcome was on a pack.
Oh yeah, you're welcome was on a pack. You're right.
All right, good
Good
thought.
try, though.
Well, this
Good
is
try,
this is the first one that had in multiple characters.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Why not? So you can look
That
forward.
is true because every other pack is only one character, so that is a good one.
I'm looking at cards right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so if you live near California, Disney California Adventure, and you happen to pick one of these and you're like, I'm not sure I want this, send me a note.
Yeah, let us
and
know.
you can send it to me. Because I do want it, because it's pretty.
It is beautiful. We love Belle.
Give me it.
It also confirmed Belle as a reprint
Yes.
for Fabled. So, moving right along, they also showed this Belle as a card that you will only be able to get in the parks. You can kind of see that castle logo down there at the bottom. That will be the logo that you'll see on there. They didn't say how you can get this one, though, so it's another mystery. They also announced, not during the panel, it kind of came out today, and I don't have any slides for it, that there'll also be a special symbol that for cards that you can only get on Disney cruises, and special cards that you can only get there.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
that means we just have to go on more Disney cruise.
Oh, no, yeah, Dad and I already calculated it out that it would be cheaper to go on another cruise line and then just buy the cards from somebody online.
Yeah.
Even though we love Disney cruises.
The problem is right now the only cruise you can go on is on the Disney Treasure, and that one is only 7 days.
And it's very expensive.
Disney cruises are a lot of fun.
Amazing.
I'm not sure if they would be as fun for 7 days, right? Because after you do the dining stuff once through,
Yeah.
then the next
rotation.
time you go through, it's not going to be the same. You're not going to have a show.
Yeah.
You're just going to be eating in those restaurants. I'm not sure if that fun will still be there. So
Sure.
Unlike Norwegian cruises.
Yeah, we have
Anyways.
lots of different places to eat. But yeah, and I mean, we love Disney cruises because we love Castaway Cay. It would be nice to go to Lighthouse Point, but I don't think the Treasure goes to Lighthouse Point as of right
What's
now.
Lighthouse Point?
That's their new private island. So, and so if we were going to go on another Disney cruise, we'd probably go to one to Lighthouse Point. So we're hoping that they expand this to more than just the Treasure. That would be lovely.
yeah, we won't go into more about it because this is not a Disney cruise podcast. This
It is
a
not.
Lorcana one, and we're going to go over to our next news, which was puzzles.
Puzzles.
Ravensburger is a puzzle company after all, first and foremost. They got the most excited. I was in one of the halls when they started building puzzles at one point, and they were super excited to announce puzzles. Much more excited than the people announcing Lorcana starting. They were super excited about speed puzzling. They announced there's going to be a puzzle for each color coming out this fall. We've got the steel one up now because I think
That's
one's
the one
the
we're
best.
getting. We're getting this puzzle.
So-
But don't you have to go to a Disney store?
No. So the steel and amethyst puzzles are Disney exclusives. You can buy them either in the parks, at Disney stores, or online.
Yes, you can buy them on the online Disney store.
The other 4 colors you're going to find in general stores. All of them come with a Mickey Mouse True Friend promo. So I believe there's like 3 or 4 different versions of this card now as a promo with the exact same art, just kind of slightly different shiny stuff on
And
it.
I happened to open one in my first chapter pack
Hey.
yesterday.
And that's just a regular one.
Yeah, the regular one. So
So these puzzles will be available starting at the end of August, I believe, or maybe end of September. I don't remember which one. But they showed off those puzzles as well.
and just some of the I love this one because some of the card art that they put on here is some of the best
Yeah,
card
you've
art
got
in the
Sorcerer
game.
Mickey, you've got Cinderella,
Yeah,
the
Tinkerbell.
Star-Hearted, you've got the Ariel Sonic Warrior, you've got King
That's my
Arthur.
girl.
Oh yeah, Sonic Warrior is getting reprinted.
Yep. That was a big
Jafar's.
announcement this weekend.
Jafar's on there, Stitch is on there,
Look,
Beast is
Tiana's
on
on there. I used to
Tiana
play
and the
her.
lion, the Simba, Donald, Pirate.
there. Yep.
Which is interesting because we know that at least 3 of the cards on this are getting reprinted because they just announced Tink today, correct?
Yes.
So that little Tinkerbell,
So does that
and
mean
the Sonic
Tiana's getting
Warrior.
reprinted?
I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Well, I think those are the only ones we actually know, are just those 2. So,
Just those 2. I thought it was 3.
no, I don't think so.
Oh.
Wait,
For some reason, I
everybody-
thought the Jafar was 2, but I guess not.
No, did you fight? No, did you fight? No.
I mean, at least that's what's been announced so far. Who knows what
Sure.
is still to come.
Yep.
So let's move on to other announcements they had. So,
Whispers in the well.
No.
Why is everything so rock?
Whispers
it should be- yeah.
in the well.
I like that one.
we got to save these discussions for our pre-production meetings, guys.
You mean the hey, we're recording in 5 minutes?
Yes.
Those pre-production
Yes.
meetings.
You have those 5 minutes to figure these things out. Anyways, they did announce a bunch of cards for free. We're going to get to those at the end because they did kind of go through announcements of like different set stuff before then. But coming up first in November, so right at the beginning of November. So this next set will have Fabled will have a pretty short release window of only about 2 months or so, where it's the only one there. So just September and October, and then that first week of November, you hit Whispers in the Well. We're not going to go too deep into the cards on that they did reveal because we're still hyping up Fabled. But they did say it's going to focus a lot on detective stuff. So you've got Detective Mickey there first and foremost. We'll have to figure out what the Whispers are. They do seem to be a new card mechanic, not just a piece of the story, but an actual card mechanic of a Whisper. Cool. So something that you might be able to power up the way it looks like from what I've seen so far and the rumors going around online. But it also is going to be a heavy detective focus because they did actually get some synergy going with this, where they've got Detective Mickey, but Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde will be figured as big detectives in this next set as well, because Zootopia 2 comes out in November.
Sure, makes sense.
They actually got it working.
Yeah, they timed it out pretty well.
And I'm sure everyone hopes that Zootopia 2 has a better villain than Zootopia 1.
It's not about the villain, it's about the story. Zootopia 1 I feel like Zootopia 1 just, it's one of those movies that didn't really hit in the theater, and then once it kind of came to streaming, everyone's like, oh, this is actually a really good movie.
No, I'm talking about Bellwether, the worst twist villain ever.
I don't know about that.
I don't remember. Who's Bellwether? Is that the...
It's the sheep that ended up being... She was acting like she was the victim, but she was actually the villain.
Spoilers for Zootopia.
The movie that came out 10 years ago.
Nope, stop. Nope, stop. Nope.
Oh.
No.
That's enough. That's enough.
This is why Emmett's mic is across the table.
No, you can listen. What you should be trying to figure out, and not right now.
Is the mystery?
No. Is how you can have Whispers in the Well sound like Try Everything.
There we go.
Whispers in
Nope.
the well.
I literally said.
Whispers in the well.
How did I start my sentence? How?
We thought about it for like a couple milliseconds.
Okay, we're gonna move on. So, besides just Whispers in the Well,
Is this gonna be a matte then?
no, they didn't announce that.
It's just the way
It's just the key art. Like they have a key art for everything.
I know.
Like the Mickey
It
and
looks like it should be a matte.
Mini Iconics together for Fabled. You have
Sure. That would be a great matte too.
the Arcasia's Island thing for Arcasia's Island, which would also be a great match.
Yeah.
Make maps.
I think the Jafar one technically is a matte.
Yeah.
Because it's the championship match.
Yes, it is.
So, but no, this isn't usually matte. Yes,
Sure.
this
Yeah, I
this
know.
probably would make a pretty good one. So besides Whispers in the Well, they went past that and they announced what set 11 would be. No, not yet. They showed the packs for Whispers in the Well. So we've got Gaston, we've got Daisy being a detective over here, and then in the middle we have the start of Gargoyles being introduced into Disney Lorcana as well. We also know that the Black Cauldron will be part of this set, so it definitely
Spooky!
coming out the week after October for a spookier set, I guess. So we've got some of the art from that already on display. The packs are coming. They showed us the starter deck, so we've got a Simba and Megara starter deck, and she's definitely looking kind of whispery with an Amber Emerald deck. And then you've got Judy Hopps and Robin Hood together.
And so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm being a detective. And the way that Meg looks like maybe Whispers in the Well is going down to Hades Town.
Way down.
That's enough.
Hades
Nope. Okay.
You can't tee them up like that, Jennifer.
Anyway,
Jen.
stop. So, but doesn't that look like Whispers in the Well, because the well goes down to where Hades is, and it looks like maybe he has captured Meg's spirit, kind of like he just tries to do in the movie Hercules, and so it's her spirit coming up from the well. And we've had a lot of things that have been pointing
don't
to
think
Hades.
they go that dark for a
So,
kid's
look.
game.
This isn't a kid's game.
I don't want to feed into your theory because I'm not sure about it, because I think it's a bit different mechanic than that. I think it's an actual game mechanic. But they did announce, and I think it's the next slide, they did announce the name for the next set. And you could fit like a story about Hades with the name of the next set. because it is winter spell.
Winter spell. All right.
Winter spell.
So coming in quarter 1, 2026, it's Winter Spell, which is flurries of fun. Get ready to chill out for some of the coolest adventures to storm into the realm of Lorcana. So we've got Stitch there. We've got Winter. Winter? Is that her
Angel.
name?
Angel.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Angel.
So Angel's must be getting a card.
Yep. Angel is being introduced, which is no surprise. They love Stitch. So
Yes.
they're going to throw Lady Stitch in there as well. So we've got that coming in the first quarter of 2026. And I say...
I think
this-
the snowman's going to be a card.
Or an item.
Anyways.
So I was saying that it does kind of feed into Hades if he's stealing sunlight, causing winter. You know, that fits with Hades and Persephone and all that kind of stuff as well.
Persephone.
So is that art just looking at that art, looking at like the swirling clouds, what does that look like in the middle? Is that an airship or is that
That's
That's
The
the
great
crazy-
illuminary.
Yeah.
that's the
it's a
great
great
luminary
But
up
the
there?
clouds do look like Hercules clouds. Am I going
They do.
insane?
They do.
Kind of ish. We'll see.
Who knows? Maybe
We'll
in
see.
who knows? Maybe in Fable there will be a location called Mount Olympus.
That would be cool.
So
I
they
know.
did say that in Fabled there won't be very much story, if any at all, because there's only
36.
33.
34 new cards. I'm pretty sure the answer is.
That was
Everyone,
33.
I have a theory. What's my theory gonna be? Huey, Dewey, and Louie are the snowman.
Sure.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, so we've got this to look forward to in the first quarter of 2026, and they went into depth on some of the cards, and then at the end, we're going to go through some of the cards they went over. We're going to specifically go through like the big ones.
Like Powerline.
Yeah. But before they ended that part of the panel, they did say, hey, we've got one more thing.
We got some friends in our pockets.
And that was to announce that Toy Story is coming in quarter 2 of 2026. That's the only Pixar franchise that they would confirm about, but Pixar is coming with
And
Toy Story.
Emma was
And
very
it
excited.
did ask if
Yes.
there was another Pixar coming in set 12, and it got Bruno'd.
Yes, they say we can't talk about Bruno. What we did also learn from Discord, because that's just how you learn things, is by happening to see a random comment from a Ravensburger employee on Discord. They did mention that Pocahontas will also be in this set as well. So this set will have both.
Somebody did ask that question.
Yes, they did ask that question, and apparently they didn't know what they could and couldn't say at the panel. And one of the Ravensburger employees did say, yes, it is quarter 2, 2026 for Pocahontas as well.
Nice.
So Toy Story Pocahontas coming in 2026. We didn't get any other information from it. Before we dive into the cards, they did spend a lot of time in the cards, like going over how they designed, especially one of the cards, the Powerline card. A nice 10-minute video, and while it wasn't great for the kids, like they're going to get a little tired of it, the rest of the crowd kind of ate it up. It was cool kind of seeing that process, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of, hey, here's how we designed this card.
I hope
Here's
they
why
did
we
it for
went through
Dump Truck.
I'd love to see that.
Yes, that was our joke. Like, man, I hope we can see one of those for Dump Truck one day. It's like, I knew Dump Truck needed something really interesting. And we're like, what if he just did 1 damage
When he came out.
when he came
That's
out?
it.
And that's all he
Can't
did.
do anything else.
He was just 0-1. Like, he couldn't hit anything except that one time. I thought Dump Truck, nothing says Dump Truck like that. Anyways, it would be nice to kind of get these videos on our cards. I don't know if I want them to eat up parts of like bigger news things. Maybe this wasn't the right place for it, but because I think also people were expecting, like, they were saying, hey, all these will be announcing reprints at GenCon. They were saying starting at GenCon a lot of times, but the way they kind of were wording it, it sounded like we were going to get like half the cards.
Sure.
Just like a boom, 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 boom.
We got 6.
And it was like
One of each
just a
color.
few, right? So they've been being announced throughout. They've already announced like 50 of them. We're not going to go over all of them. We're just going to go through ones they went through during the panel plus one more. But anyways, after they went through the Q&A, after they went through the scheduled 1 hour panel and then the round table with the Illuminateers for half an hour, they did have a section where people could ask questions. This was not streamed, so you have to just rely on people's reports, including ours. I can tell you that there wasn't a whole lot they could really say. There wasn't a whole lot of news that came out of it. They did mention they have a sprinkling of a thought for like a junior league, which cool that it's a sprinkling of it. At least something's there, right?
Yeah.
Something's better than nothing.
Yes.
But
didn't
I
announce
would
By the
like
time they actually
a
make
little
it
bit
happen,
more.
Malcolm will be too
Yeah.
old for it.
They announced new rules for DLCs.
So the biggest kind of like little tidbit that you could grab from it was they've got new rules for a new rule set coming out that kind of revamps the whole thing that they've been talking about this, and it's going to be coming out soon, like when Fable comes out. Like they'll have a new rule set with it, included some more, and they specifically called out they'll have some more specific rules for limited play.
Okay. So
They-
specific. Okay.
They also mentioned that during winter spell, so set 11, will be geared more towards limited than other sets have been.
Oh, like they'll have so they'll have drafts and sealed in mind to make it more well-rounded.
Unless they have a different version of limited, yes.
Okay.
And they said that you'll be able to feel that when you open the pack.
Okay.
So very odd to kind of a weird statement.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what they mean by that. But they did mention that all of that kind of is coming. So we'll be on the lookout for that. There really wasn't a whole lot else. I know Emmett was asking, hey, what other Pixar stuff is there going to be? And they were like, no, we can't tell you.
Well,
Sorry.
what other question did you ask?
So, if you've watched an episode of this podcast before, you know that at the end of every episode, I always say, well, after Malcolm got Oswald.
By the way, he did not say this at the panel.
No, he didn't. But anyway, so what are you hoping for in Lorcana?
Figment the Imaginary Dragon.
Yes,
So-
for Figment.
And so I asked this question. Hey, so when are you going to add Disney Park people like Figment and that's it?
An orange bird, I thought you said.
No,
No, he
Figment
didn't say
and...
orange bird.
Just
No, he said
like
Mr. Toad.
Yes,
Oh,
Mr.
like
Toad.
Figment and Mr. Toad.
Because
They're already in
right now, Mr. Toad is most memorable from that ride.
I know, and I get that.
It's fine.
But so anyway, what was their response to that?
I've never thought of that before.
Did you was everybody applauding
it was
you
like,
too?
yeah, so everyone was applauding, and then he was just like, we gotta Bruno that. But
Yeah.
also, I never even thought about Figment.
So
Yes.
we're hoping
So hopefully that
I'll
started a sprinkling of an idea in their
Yes.
head for that as well.
because that would be really cool.
Then Malcolm got up there and he asked a couple questions. What did you ask, Malcolm?
So the first question I asked, he wanted to ask, so I went up and asked it for him, was, what deck surprised you guys?
Oh, I
And
thought
they
you-
just were like, I don't know.
Yeah, it turns out we didn't really have like many deck designers, like a ton of like people designing card mechanics weren't there.
They said Churnadogs?
One was
But-
like, I was surprised Churnadogs was a thing. Like, really, like it seems like you kind of built it for that. Like it seems specifically built for it. But they weren't really players or game designers, so they couldn't really answer that question. And then you did also ask.
And then we asked about the whole new world pin.
Oh right.
And they said they don't have any plans, but they'll put they have the idea that it is something that people want.
Yeah.
So who knows?
They
Maybe
have an idea?
Knowing Ravensburger,
who knows?
they could do anything. They could be like, oh, you got to fly to Germany and we'll give it to you.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people, Ravensburger employees, with the whole new world pin on their bag. I was like, I wonder how hard it would be to steal that. DKB also went up there and he asked his own question about, hey, can you invite the former world's champ to the next world's champ championship? They did say we'll be in touch, DKB. Which does make sense. Like if you win worlds, you should
be able to defend your title.
You should get an automatic invite to the next world.
He
I
also
agree.
Is
asked
that what
if-
happens with Pokemon?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I'm asking Malcolm because he watched
I don't know.
Is it-
Anyway,
is it your-
I don't know.
He said he doesn't know.
And
Any other questions you?
oh, and the DKP also asked about Golden Donald and Golden Goofy.
Yeah, because he wants to win those. So there wasn't a whole lot of information there. So if you're worried, oh man, did I miss a bunch of stuff during the Q&A? No, they shot down like anything that was of remote news, except for the things that we talked about. So you didn't miss too much. But they did reveal a whole bunch of cards from Fabled. So first up, they did have the Trove. We did see a bunch of the dividers too. So we got Eye to Eye, the divider, Simba. He's Simba because he's happy. So probably not Mufasa. Dumbo's a divider, Mickey Mouse, Mulan, the new Leela, a new Lilo card.
Oh yeah, Dumbo's coming.
Yes.
The packs, everything. The dice are all one for
Rainbow,
each
I
color,
like
so
that.
infinity gems.
Jumps.
And then we got into some cards. So first we got the second iconic, and we got the full text. So we've got Minnie Mouse. She is an amber card.
You should have combined them together so we could see the combined art.
Oh wow.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Again, you could have brought that up during the production meeting. She's a 4-cost inkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower, quests for 2. Special ability is Royal Favor. Your character name Mickey Mouse gains support. And then bye-bye now. Whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen exerted character with 5 strength or more. So a little bit like the Minnie Mouse Mouseketeer one, like when she entered play, dramatic debut, you could banish something with 5 strength or more. But she also gives Mickey Mouse support, so you can use a Mickey Mouse to buff up a character on the other side so she could actually do her thing.
Yeah.
And she is the other iconic for the set, along with Mickey Mouse. We got the full thing of Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Prince, a 3-cost inkable ruby card. She's a 2 strength, 2 willpower, 1 quest for 1. Shifts for 5, so it's first up cost in shift, which would put his total cost, if you played him and then played a shift on top of him, of 8. And he's evasive, and his ability is Crowning Achievement. While this character has a card under him, he gets +3 strength, +3 willpower, and +3 lore. Basically turning him into Brave Little Tailor, right? So that's why 3 + 5, 8. Just like Brave Little Tailor costs 8, he will become the same stat line as Brave Little Tailor, kind of paying homage to the whole fact that the Little Prince and Tailor switch places in the movie.
Yeah.
Yep, because guess what? Brave Little Tailor and Brave Little Prince are from the same short.
Yep.
And the name of the short is Brave Little Tailor.
That's right.
Yep, exactly. So
That's kind of cool, but it's also, because Brave Little Tailor has great stats, but an 8 cost is just almost impossible to put into your
But
deck.
now him being a 5 cost.
But not only that, but he's inkable.
Brave Little Tailor was inkable too.
Oh, but so being able to put it out at 3 and then shift it for 5 is much more doable.
Well, you won't even necessarily have to shift him, right? Like you can play like the Sticky Mickey.
Well, sure.
The
So
one-dot
yeah,
Mickey, right?
and then shift for 5.
And
Right.
then C Steel, right?
She's Amber.
She's Amber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I have a Ruby Amber deck?
Of course, these are the iconic versions of the card.
Yes.
They also showed the other ones, which
Yes.
aren't nearly as cool. These will be the chase ones. They said these will be less. You'll be less likely to get these than an enchanted. They'll be harder to get than enchanted. People
Yes.
are guessing. If enchanteds are 1 in every 4 boxes, these would be 1 every case.
Okay, so that's 12.
Oh wait, I'm not 1. These are 1 in every. Enchanteds are 1 in a case. So these would be 1 every 4 cases.
Oh, okay.
4 cases.
So 1 out of 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is the current thought, but who knows? Maybe it's 1 out of 2 cases or something like that, or even rarer than that. So, but these will be what everyone is hunting down for, and what they're hoping people will open because there will be so few new cards. So these are kind of the incentive to go out and
Which
get
one
those
do you
cards.
think would sell for more?
The Mickey Mouse,
For sure.
Mickey Mouse.
100%. And it was
Minnie
really
Mouse
cool.
takes so much to get her to work,
Yeah.
and Mickey Mouse is always going to be more iconic.
And there's
'cause
so many
Mickey-
shift targets.
Yep. And that's from a playability standpoint, but then even from just a character standpoint, Mickey Mouse, unfortunately, is always going to keep the ladies down. They can't break through that glass ceiling.
That's fine. Mickey's better than Minnie.
Minnie Mouse just needs so much. Yeah, she makes other Minnie Mouses gain support so that she can do her ability, but that character also has to be exerted. I didn't even realize that until I read it just now, that if you're banishing a character, they have to be exerted too.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, that just
Yeah.
makes it really rough, you know?
Yep.
Because no one's going to like exert their character if they see this Minnie Mouse on board.
Right.
If you've got a Mickey Mouse. Like,
Right.
you have to set it up a turn in advance.
Yeah.
That's so much work. So, anyways, besides these 2 gorgeous cards, we also got to see a couple of enchanteds. We got Powerline, the world's greatest rock star. Lorcana Keytar, 6-cost inkable, 6 strength, 4 willpower, shifts for 4. Singer 9. And then Quest for 1 ability is mashup. Once during your turn, whenever this character sings a song, you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and you may reveal a song with cost 9 or less, and then you can play that song for free. You put the rest to the bottom of your deck. So
kind of like a combination of Ariel and Naveen.
More like an Ariel.
Kind of like souped up Robin Hood for songs. More or less.
Yes.
Like so. The song that kind of easily goes with it, because it does cost 9 and it is his song, is Eye to Eye, which is a 9-cost Ruby song. Sing together 9. Each player draws 2 cards, gains 2 lore. If 2 or more characters sing the song, ready them. They can quest for the rest of this turn.
And talk about talk about that game mechanic that we learned about last week.
So it's important to think together when you're doing this song for Sing Together. And with any Sing Together, you can over-sing a song. So even if you have Powerline sing this, because he can sing this thing by himself, if you've got 3 other characters on board, you can have them sing it too. Like, you can over-sing a song. You don't have to stop at just one character singing if it's Sing Together. So right now you can over-sing a song. This is, unless, of course, they did say rules update coming. Maybe there aren't. Maybe it won't allow you to anymore. But right now you can over-sing. So you can, if you've got Powerline singing it, you can have Max or Goof back him up in harmonies, even though he can handle it all by himself.
And that way you'll get all that lore and all those extra cards.
A really cool ability, first Ruby singer, first singer outside of Amber. So I think Powerline has definitely some potential there. I think he could do some crazy stuff with like Pirate's Life and with Strength of a Raging Fire and that kind of stuff.
Under the
Pirate's
sea.
Life
is gone.
Maybe Under the Sea, sure.
Die. Die, Pirate's Life.
I think Eye to Eye is not great. Because it has both players draw 2 cards against 2 lore. I think at 9 cost, I think that's fine to just do that to one player.
Yeah.
Can have that.
Yeah, why do it for everybody?
It shouldn't be each player. That makes it kind of unplayable.
I agree. Nobody's going to want to give it. It doesn't really.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that that kind of iconic thing is going to basically be a song that no one's going to probably want. Fortunately, with it being Eye to Eye, then it is an Enchanted. The Enchanted will still probably be valuable because it is Eye to Eye.
And the art's great.
Yes.
For the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye. Also,
And they're pointing to their eyes.
Yes. Yes.
And it's
eye
to eye.
that's crazy.
I knew you would like that,
Also,
Malcolm.
so you see, that Powerline card. So they spent like 15 minutes just explaining like how they made that card.
It is a really kind of important card for a lot of people.
Yes.
Powerline and a Goofy movie are very kind of important movies for people, and it really has a whole special place. So that giving it some attention really made some sense. They didn't stop there. They also went through and had Stand Out as the other song. This is the iconic version of it. So iconics are the other rarities coming out this set, somewhere between
But you said the
legendaries.
other one was iconic.
This is epic.
I'm sorry, you're right. This
This is epic.
I'm sorry, epics, which are somewhere between a legendary and an enchanted. So maybe 1 out of every 2 boxes, or maybe 1 a box, instead as opposed to legendaries, which are 3 to 5 a box. So Standout is a green song, an emerald song. It is a 3-cost inkable. Chosen character gets +3 strength and gains evasive until the start of your next turn. When you sing, you can pick out a character to do that. So
stand out among the crowd.
And this fits really well with a green deck. So
Tonight is
now my question is, so is this more so? Because this has the black bottom, it makes me think that there isn't another version of this, correct? So it's just like legendaries?
no, there is a regular version.
Oh, there is a regular. Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure because the black bottom band doesn't
Sure.
show up on the...
Yeah, basically
Other
it's
ones?
just, it has the black border all around it and isn't hollowed out like regular version, so it just kind of looks like a regular card, but the epics will basically all look like this. There are plenty of epics that they've announced that are like reprints of old stuff.
Oh, okay.
Which just basically doesn't have that black border at the top.
Okay. So there will be a regular standout as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And it looks basically similar to this.
Yes, it looks
Yep.
the exact same.
Yep, which is what I just explained. So
Okay.
let's move on to the next
Yeah.
couple. We got Dumbo, the flying
So
elephant.
Cute.
Both of them are amethyst cards. So Dumbo is a 3-cost inkable, 2 strength, 2 willpower, evasive. Quest for 1, special ability Aerial Duo. When you play this character, chosen character gains evasive until the start of your next turn, similar to like the Gazelle, the green Gazelle. That's a 1/2 cost. And then you got Timothy O'Mouse. He's a 2-cost inkable.
Timothy Q Mouse.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Timothy Q Mouse, flight instructor, 2-cost inkable, 1 strength, 4 willpower, quest for 1. Special ability, let's show him Dumbo. While you have a character with evasive in play, this character gets +1 lore, so they kind of can combo together a little bit to get some extra lore. So interesting little Amethyst cards. It does seem, from the cards I have seen so far, Amethyst is going to be a pretty big powerhouse in the next set, and Fabled will be a battle for the skies, is the way it's kind of looking right now.
Nice.
Are these the only 2 Dumbo cards?
Nope. There are other Dumbo cards. I don't think we're going over any here. I also wanted to bring up, this was like the first of the giant card reveals they did at GenCon.
My lady.
Aerial Sonic Warrior is back. The noteworthy thing about this one is Aerial Sonic Warrior's rarity, when she originally came out in Ursula's Return, was a super rare. Now she is just a humble rare. So they are looking to downshift some of the rarities as they come out. So just because all the legendary spots have been taken up doesn't mean all the legendaries from the previous sets will not be reprinted.
Rapunzel.
I don't think Rapunzel's coming back. I think that's too good to downshift to a regular super rare. They did announce Surfer Stitch and Elsa, Spirit of Winter, as legendaries coming back, and they're labeled still as legendaries.
Yes.
So,
But Aurora got downgraded too, right?
No, it was
Aurora's still-
Mulan.
Oh, Mulan got
Mulan
down.
was
That's
not
the one that
there.
got downgraded.
She was a legendary that got downgraded to a super rare.
That
Right.
was also an Ursula's Return.
So that's kind of the main thrust of news that kind of came out of Gen Con. We're going to do a couple more episodes for covering our Gen Con experience. One where we're going to talk about our playing Lorcana at Gen Con, because we did a bunch of that in our pack opening and some exciting news from there. And then also we're going to be talking about just Gen Con in general, because we got into Lorcana from our board games first, into Lorcana second. And Gen Con is all about all different types of games. So we're going to talk a little bit about our experience there and kind of why you should probably go too.
So at Gen Con, there was a bunch of these Lorcana tournaments, and if you went 3-0, you would get a mat.
We'll
Okay.
talk
We'll
about
talk
that in the
about that
next.
I
In
literally,
the next
I literally
one.
talked about how that's what we're going to be talking about in the next
I'm
episode.
just saying.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about in the
I'm
next one.
just.
Reprint Pirate Piglet.
Okay, so this one probably our longest one. We're going to go and we're going to record another one right now. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. We're going to do trivia next time.
Look at this face. Look at this face. You'll make him sad if you don't reprint Pilot Piglet.
If you
so
don't
you
reprint
gotta
him-
you gotta reprint him.
If
We
you
got a
don't,
bunch more to do, guys.
Yes.
So
All right.
thank
if
you.
you don't reprint,
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Please find us on all socials as QuestLore Pod, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on
TikTok.
TikToks, on Instagram, Facebook. We've got all those things when we remember to put stuff there. You can email us questions at questlorequestions@gmail.com. Thank you again so much. Please rate, follow, like, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Figment the
on
Imaginary Dragon for Lorcana!
QuestLore.